Welcome to the Prosperity and Beyond podcast. I'm Michelle Samper, your mindset and manifestation coach, here to help you create your dream life from the inside out. In this space, we dive deep into self-image, mindset shifts, manifestation, meditation, and universal laws, so you can align with your highest timeline and fully step into your authentic power. This is your sacred space to trust your intuition, raise your vibration, and unlock prosperity and freedom from within, starting now. Today, we have a very special guest, Trinity. She's a full-time entrepreneur, psychic medium, light language activator, healer, and my dear friend. I can't wait for you to get to know her and hear her incredible story. Say it with me. I am prosperity and beyond. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited because I have my friend Trinity here, and we have come so far as friends and as entrepreneurs. And I really wanted to take this time to share our story, share her story because it's so powerful. But before we get started in today's episode, I really want to raise our frequency, connect to a higher vibration. So Trinity is going to lead us into a protection with Archangel Michael. So if you feel called, close your eyes, repeat after her, and let's tune in.
Feel after. I call Archangel Michael to my left.
I call Archangel Michael to my left.
I call Archangel Michael to my right.
I call Archangel Michael to my right.
I call Archangel Michael in front of me.
I call Archangel Michael in front of me.
I call Archangel Michael behind me.
I call in Archangel Michael behind me.
I call in Archangel Michael below me.
I call in Archangel Michael below me.
I call in Archangel Michael above me.
I call in Archangel Michael above me.
I call in Archangel Michael all around me.
I call in Archangel Michael all around me.
I call in Archangel Michael to surround me.
I call in Archangel Michael to surround me.
I call in Archangel Michael to cut any and all cords
I call in Archangel Michael to cut any and all cords
that I may have attached onto anyone or anything,
that I may have attached to anyone or anything,
or anyone or anything may have attached onto me.
or anyone or anything that may have attached onto me.
Cleanse clear, cut, cleanse clear, cut, cleanse clear.
Cut, cleanse, clear. Cut, cleanse, clear. Cut, cleanse, clear.
And I call all my power back to me,
I call all my power back to me,
transmuted into pure, unconditional love.
transmuted into unconditional, pure love.
Now, now, now.
Now, now,
It is done, it is done, it is done.
it is done, it is done, it is done.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Show me.
Show me.
And just sit for a second and just notice how you feel.
I feel very light. I feel very connected. And I feel very blessed to know you.
I feel the same. I am so grateful to be here and to share this beautiful space with you. It's like beautiful to think about how far we have come on our journey and the people we were when we first met and the people that we are now and the people that we keep blossoming into. And this is so beautiful how it unfolds.
It really is. I'm really excited that you came on today because I feel like you are an inspiration and you have done so much inner work. You are leading with love, and so many people need to hear your story. And just the power of believing in yourself and stepping into what you stepped into, starting your own business, is incredible because it's all intuitively guided. And just like you, we both have experienced fear, but we choose ourselves anyways. Talk about your business. Talk about what do you do and who do you serve, and just talk a little bit about you.
I've noticed that really anyone that is wanting to transmute anything that comes up into their reality into love and reminding them to take back their power, because I have experienced so much transformation. I don't know why I want to cry. By just coming back into my own power. And I think that's why I feel so intentional with the way I'm speaking right now, because I feel so connected in another way. We all have this connection. When you just slow down and listen and you allow it to flow through you, let go of control, and you just become one with it and it becomes one with you. And when you can let go of the fear, be one with your authenticity and not try to make it sound like anything or be like anything, or you just are. I find that a lot of people that come to me wanting to come back into that power that they already have, and I just reflect it and mirror back to them who they truly are. And they also always have had that within them, that's never separate. So far I've been going on live and doing mini readings and activations, and that's been so much fun. And it's such a blessing to get to see, you really feel the shift when you see someone walk away and they're like, yes, yes. And sometimes that comes with asking difficult questions. How is this story serving me right now? Because sometimes we're not aware of the story that we're telling ourselves. I can speak from experience, quitting the 9 to 5 and jumping completely into my business, getting on here and doing the podcast. There are so many stories I told myself. When you finally just do it and just allow yourself to just completely let go and be you. Like right now, I'm channeling. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. And there's a part, it's so interesting on this spiritual journey how you can just allow that. I feel like I'm having an outer body experience as I'm talking right now, because I'm there, but I'm also like not at the same. And that's been my journey this whole week. What's recently been going on is that I have been in the driver's seat, but my higher self is there too, being one with her and just doing it without any control and just allowing it and to flow. It's crazy how much things just come to you. That is my purpose, is just to remind people to just come back and just shh. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to know. You don't need to come off a certain way. You don't need to be anything. You just need to just simply be. It's crazy. I'm not even joking right now. I'm having like this outer body experience. I'm sure you can feel it. It's insane.
It's the power of choosing yourself. It's the power of showing up and surrendering and allowing yourself to be authentic, and you're in your power right now. You did it anyways. For a lot of the listeners and the people that are listening to us, you talked about quitting the 9 to 5. And I know a lot of people on the spiritual awakening are focusing on wanting to leave a job what helped you build the courage to choose yourself, as we like to talk about breaking through that terror barrier? And how did you start to really listen to your intuition and know what to do? How did it all start? The decision of leaving and choosing this business?
Well, definitely you you have helped so much on that. Get yourself some like uh, an accountability partner, somebody who reflects to you your own truth, a coach, whatever you got to do, because my goodness, you have helped so much along the way, because there were times and still are times where it's like you feel like you're crazy. You're like, what's even going on? What am I doing? And then we were just talking about that, where it's like, maybe I should just, like, you feel when you're talking about it with other people, for example, they feel like concerned, and it comes from love. They're like, kind of like, okay, hopefully stay safe. And I'm like, I am, though, like, way more safer than I've ever been, and way more connected than I ever been. And I just have this trust. If you get too much into the logical part of it, that's when it, like, you know, you're like, lose. But then when you lose yourself, excuse me. Then when you come back and just keep listening and following and trusting. Listening and following and trusting. And then you start to see the more that you choose yourself, the more that the universe chooses you too.
Because it's a divine
And
mirror, that divine
it's a
mirror.
mirror. And it's all a gift. I was just recording a TikTok on this about how I'm realizing, like, the gift of being in my own energy and being here and being now and being just completely present. And the more I come back into those gifts, and even the gifts of the contrast, because it's not always butterflies and rainbows, and it's not meant to be, but that's also beautiful. And as we allow ourselves to feel it all without running away, without avoiding, that also has helped me. And then just doing the work. I just show up. I just show up, and it's so amazing. As I surrendered, the more I surrendered, the more rewards I started receiving. I started getting paid consistently. And I'm like, wow, it dawned on me, I can do this, you know? Sometimes it takes that leap of faith first, because the universe is like, are you going to trust yourself? How much are you going to trust yourself? I don't like to look at them as sacrifices, because that sounds more like, I don't know. I like to look at it as, what ways do I want to grow more into this lifestyle? And there's been other things I did to keep choosing myself more that seem that's scary, but like also rewarding. And I think it's like how it all intermingles into one. Not only did I quit my 9 to 5, but I started this trusted house sitter's journey. And right now I'm visiting family for the summer, and then after I'm just gonna just see wherever my higher self wants to take me. And that's the thing, how it all intermingles into one. You're just here for, it feels like I'm here for the ride, even though I'm allowing myself, I'm choosing this, right? But then also it's that inspired action. And knowing that you don't have to do it, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's not meant to be perfect. Like, even getting on this podcast, I was like, what am I going to say? What am I going to, and it wasn't anything that I could plan. I just knew it needed to just come naturally. I didn't want to force. My higher self was like, just trust me. And I do. Even as I'm talking about this, I'm like, oh, is like I noticed all of it. I see the voice in the back that's like, is this
Becky, that's what we
making,
call it.
yeah, we call it Becky. Yeah, we put a name. Becky is in the back, like,
Which is
is
our
this making
paradigm
sense?
voice.
Yes, exactly. But it's good to talk about Becky, because everybody has a Becky. And Becky is like, is this making sense? Am I even answering the question? Blah 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 blah. And it doesn't matter. It's about getting in the frequency. That's the point. It's not having the right words. It's not saying the right thing. It's just showing up and just being. And that's why I love that Michelle has this podcast, because every time I listen to it, it activates me. It's free flowing. It's just allowing and being and just trusting. It allows me to get into my divine feminine more. And I believe that's what the whole journey has been about. Like quitting the 9 to 5, not having to force, not having to, like, there's been times where like I'll have my days where I'm relaxing, and then that old paradigm is like, you're being lazy, you're being this, and it's like, no, I'm just receiving. Rest and receive, rest and receive, rest and receive. What it comes down to when you choose yourself is that you come back into that it gets to be easy, because you get to take
Because you
that
decide
inspired
that it
action.
is. Because you decide the power of
Yes.
decision and the stories you tell. You're telling a new story. And what's inspiring about you is that your whole life just shifted completely. You're in a different state. You started a business, you left your 9 to 5, you're following your intuition, and you are starting a new life, a new chapter. But it's not new. It's like all the versions of you here and now, and then connecting to the highest version of you. One thing I want to speak about is fear, because I know it's something both of us have dealt with, especially as entrepreneurs, and how to view fear when you're doing something that's uncomfy, because that is how we grow. And how do we make fear serve us, or maybe your higher self, or you can channel the answer to this, because I think this is what people need to hear right now. If you're feeling fear, or you're feeling stuck, or you're uncertain what to do next because you feel like fear is holding you back, what do you do?
You lean into it. Fear is a friend. Fear is a teacher. Fear is a guru. There's nothing to be, we don't need to push the fear down. The more we push it down, the louder it knocks. And that's why when someone asks me a question like, what's your plan? Or what's this? Like, when it's coming from their fear, I'm actually grateful, because it's showing me where I need to lean more into love within myself, because everybody's a mirror of you. So it's like they're shining a light on a mirror of me that's like, what's my plan, right? And like, I need to
You're supposed
lean
to have
more
it
into
all
love with,
figured out. All figured
right.
out.
Like, it has to go to A and then B and then C and then D and then E and then F, and like, no, it can just be. And so there's this beautiful story, or a poem. I don't know what the poem's called, but basically it's discussing how whatever is knocking at your door, whether it's sadness, anger, fear, whatever, let it in. Let it in. Let it sit down with you. Give it a cup of tea. Tell it can stay as long as it wants.
Or coffee, if it's
And
Michelle.
or some coffee, an iced honey with cinnamon latte. So good, by the way. And just allow it to just be, and ask it, hey, what are you here to teach me? And get curious about it. That's a big thing. Get curious about it. Don't give it a story. You don't need to, just because fear comes up, you don't need to give into, I'm feeling this way because this and this and this and this. You can just get curious about it like a child. That's why I love doing inner child healing and allowing people to come back and connect deeper to their inner child. Because when you come back into the inner child is like curious. It takes everything in a playful manner, right? It doesn't need to be serious. It gets to just be, and you get to just get curious, and it gets to be playful. The more that I lean into fear, and the more that I allow it to be my friend and a teacher and a guru for me, the more I can transmute it, and we get to work together. And it gets to be freeing. Fear turns into freedom when you allow it to. When you allow it to. Fear, they're showing me like a cape. Fear is part of your power. Fear is power. Ooh. Because when you get to create it and decide what you do with that fear, you don't, it's when we push it down and run away, right? That's when it has power over us. But when we allow it to come through and work through us, then we get to decide what we do with that fear. We get to transmute it into love, and we get to allow it to break the
Just like this
chains that.
episode, like this is your first podcast episode, and maybe fear came through and you went into your intuition and did it anyways. You didn't suppress
Right.
what you felt called to do intuitively. I feel like bridging the intuition and what causes fear together is like alignment, because fear is not real. It's the old story, old paradigm coming in. And it's Becky, which is your paradigm voice coming in, and you choose your intuition instead, and then you're free. Like right now, you feel free because it's like I'm speaking my truth, I'm in the right frequency, and I'm doing my purpose. So it's amazing.
It's literally what it is too, because I was scared, but I knew I needed to do it, and I knew that I wasn't meant to plan it out. Like, because I think old paradigm, like Becky was like, you didn't even sit down and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to sit down and blah 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 blah, Becky. I'm supposed to just be, and that's enough. You're enough. That's the other thing. It's like you're enough no matter. No, it doesn't, you don't need to prove anything. And I think that's been the biggest thing, is like we all think we have to prove something. We have to think that we have to portray, like, oh, I hope I come off as smart. I hope I come off as this. It doesn't matter how we just, the more you just allow yourself to be, the people that will resonate. And not everybody's meant to resonate with you. You're meant to just be you, and the people that are attracted to the light will be attracted to your light. It doesn't need to look a certain way, though. You're worthy and enough just as you are. You can literally show up and not say anything, and that's enough. Like, say that on my TikTok all the time, because there's a lot of people that come on there that are ready to be in the spotlight and are meant to be in the spotlight, but they're afraid because, well, what if I don't say the right thing? What do I have to serve? Like, what do I have to give out to people? Your presence. You have your presence. That's a gift. Like, your energy is a powerful, beautiful gift. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to do anything. Sharing silence is so incredible. Like, I used to work with autistic children, and a lot of them were nonverbal. But man, were we communicating together when we would sit with each other, and we had so much deep, deep, beautiful connections. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to do anything. That's that need, that old paradigm. Need. No, you get to. You get to just be like the light. What the sun? What does it do? It just shines its light, right? It's not going out and being like, hopefully the clouds aren't in front of me. Hopefully I don't, burn someone's skin too much. Hopefully, oh man, will they
That's how
come back outside
manifestation
again?
works. That's how
Yeah,
manifestation works with the Amazon package. Like it's like you trust, and it is. It is. It just is. Blessings come in
yeah,
because they just do. Yeah.
right. And that's another reason why I, because it took a lot of time to get to here, because I had to let go of a lot of paradigms. And the more I just kept choosing me and showing up, right? That's when the rewards started reaping through. Whatever you decide to do, just choose you. What is one thing? It doesn't need to be big. What is one thing that you can do today that is allowing you to step closer into the life that you want? Because whatever is calling to you, whatever is wanting you, whatever you feel driven for, there's a reason for that. There's a future version of you that has that, and is like, pick up the phone, do the thing, don't overthink it, right? Just do it, like the Nike. Just do it. They're literally so right. Just do it. It doesn't matter, like,
Make a
how it
decision is what
sounds.
comes through. That's what's going to change
Yes.
your life. Making a decision, being the main character of your life, and knowing that you create your reality, and then stepping into your day knowing that and becoming one with that. And you get to decide what you're impressing into your subconscious mind and what you're feeding it, the story you're telling. And you're telling this story, and you practice spaces where you get to ignite that story over and over again, and then it just becomes. And that reminds me of, because I create guided meditations, and I created one for Trinity in April. And it's to use the power of visualization of your dream life here in the present tense. And what's crazy is, I think when I first sent it to her, some of the things in there she felt separate from. And the more she chose herself, listening to the meditation, but also choosing herself and the stories she was telling. And I think the power of making a decision and becoming one with that version, we re-listened to it together, and it was like, wow, check, 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 check. Like, it's all unfolding. And because she doesn't feel separate from it anymore, you feel one with it. And then you get to the next thing. What do I want? What do I want? Asking yourself, what do I want? And becoming one with it. And when we see ourselves separate from it, right, then we're resisting it. So it's practicing that story. And that's just an example of a tool that you used and that I created. But we can do this in so many different ways. That was inspirational to see you just like quantum leap
And
within, like, that was April and we're in July.
yeah, such a short period of time. Yeah, and that's a big thing too, because I've been wanting to do the vision boards, but I never sat down and did the vision boards. Like, I don't know, but then, and it's so funny because like I bought it in January, like Michelle's meditation manifestation. And it took me a while to like really like get clear on what I wanted, because wow, it's like I had to shift out of the belief that I wasn't worthy of that lifestyle, right? And that I could do it, right? And so when I finally sat down and wrote everything out, it's like everything just started coming through so clear, and it was like type 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 type. Yeah, and I'm gonna hype you up, Michelle, because if the vision board doesn't work for you, if you've been like, oh, how do I visualize this, please go get one of Michelle's meditations. It's a whole process. You guys are co-creating it together. Like, she sends you a list of questions, and then let me tell you what, like, when I got those are questions I never really thought to really ask myself too. And when the question was presented to me, and I just started typing and typing and typing and typing and typing, I couldn't stop. I was probably typing for a good hour, hour and a half. And you don't have to go that deep, guys. Like, it's not, it could be something super quick and simple. But like for me, because like I just was so activated from it, I just kept typing and typing and typing. And then when you send it over to Michelle, your answer, she makes this amazing meditation with it, and it's like you're living the life that you put on to the paper, and it's like as then here and now, and you're coming back into that vibration. Then you're like when I first listened to it, oh my gosh, it was like everything in my body, I felt my crown was tingling, because that's when like I felt the shift like immediately. And then the more I listened to it, it just, and you don't have to, like, she says this, like, you don't have to listen to it every day. I didn't listen to it every day. I started to, and then I stopped, and then and then like I allowed my life to just form, and then it's crazy how much I quit my 9 to 5. I get to make my own schedule. I'm going on all these adventures. I'm doing what Trinity wants to do. And I didn't think that was possible, and I feel that when you're asking for what you want and then you receive that, it's like then you get more momentum. Then you get more excited. You're like, holy cow, this manifestation thing, it really works, which it like obviously does. But then when you start to see it into fruition, you're like, holy cow, this is real. This is real.
I was like, we're due for the next meditation because, like, a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
she already feels one with. So it helps her, activates her, right? Because it's the gratitude now piece of listening to the meditation. But now it's, what do you want now without lack or
Yes.
limitation? Like opening that vortex, like as Abraham Hicks says, and seeing yourself with unlimited potential. And the power of belief really is a factor, because now that she saw the evidence, now that she manifested what's in her reality and she wrote it out and here it is, that helps activate the next timeline even faster.
Having gratitude, you also have a gratitude meditation, and listening to that really helps as well, and it allows me to come back into the gratitude with everything around me. One of the things, I feel like I was a shaman in another life, but I love to give gratitude to nature. That was one of the things when I started to see that I was making consistent income on my business.
I just, like, it's crazy. Like, if she were to hear this episode, back in April, she was still at her 9 to 5 then. She would be like, "What is going on? Like, I am so proud of you." I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's like, say it again.
No,
Say it again.
yes. I'm making consistent income with my business and I get to decide. And it is. It's like, even as I say that, I can feel my crown. Like my higher self's like, I'm so proud of you. You did it. You're doing it. But when that first happened, I was like, holy cow. Like when it was like starting to really like, I remember calling Michelle and being like, oh my gosh, it's a thing. Like I can do this. I can just go and I can go travel now and I can do whatever I want to do and I can make it work. And it was like surreal. And I was like, I need to go give back to Mother Nature. I was listening. Oh, I wish I could think of her name. I can't, but it's okay. Maybe I can send it to you, Michelle, and you can put it in the show notes. There's this woman I follow on Instagram and she's very connected to Mother Earth. She was the one that just was like, when you're showering, put a bucket in the shower and all the water that is left over that goes into the bucket, go give it to the trees and give your blessing to the trees. So that's what I did. I went like at the house that I was living at previously, I went to each tree and I gave them light language and Reiki and I gave them the water and I was like, thank you so much. And that amplifies. And that's one of the things that I put as a visualization through my light language and Reiki when I'm connecting to people through my healing and activations. We send the energy that we just all cultivated together into Mother Earth. And then what happens when you give Mother Earth that love? She amplifies it, amplifies it, amplifies it, amplifies it. So if you're also very connected to Mother Earth and you love nature, go send her gratitude, even just going out in the grass and sitting there and putting your hand down in the grass and just saying, thank you. Thank you.
You're saying using the power of connecting with nature and gratitude together to get into that frequency. And also, I'm thinking for the next episode that we do together, we'll focus on light language and Reiki and whatever else comes through, because I'm sure a lot of people want to learn more about that because she's a Reiki master. She's a light language activator, and that's new for a lot of people. So, in the next episode, we'll talk more about that. But that brings me back to like when I went to the beach, I went to Anna Maria Island, and the power of the ocean and like cleansing myself in the ocean and releasing and being grateful and just being one with all that is so healing. And then, as we like to talk about, healing is a byproduct of activation. So when you're in your truth, you're healing. When you're activating who you are, you're manifesting. Using the power of nature and gratitude is huge. It's huge. Gratitude is the foundation of manifestation, and it's the direct connection to the highest version of you, your higher self, and your highest timeline. That's how powerful it is. Very powerful.
Think about all that you all have manifested right now in your life. And when it becomes the norm, when you stop saying thank you and it becomes the norm, it's like you start to forget that, you know? And that's why it's so, so powerful to come back into that gratitude. It's like, wow, thank you for this. Wow, thank you for this. Thank you for, the food. Thank you for these clothes. Thank you for the people in my life that I manifested. And it starts to go, 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 and more and more, more and more and more momentum. Another thing that has helped me get to where I am is like the self-love work, remembering that I'm worthy of this life. I think that was a big shift that I needed to come back into, because there was a time where I didn't think that I was worthy of any of this. Like I went the other way back in the past, and I just completely numbed myself. And those were ways that I escaped me, because I wasn't being my authentic self. So those were ways that I avoided and things that I coped with. And there even came a time when I was sitting with myself and I was like, how do I feel? I wasn't connected to my intuition. I was just, and I was going from relationship to relationship to relationship. I was like, something needs to shift. I've always been connected since I was little. Like I've always been very spiritual and connected to all this. Like I've always just lived there. But I feel like 2021 was when I started to like really like things started to rise to the surface. My dad showed me at a young age the movie The Matrix, and so I was aware of like certain things, but I feel like 2021 when I became Reiki attuned was when I really started to come more into myself and not escape as much or learn what was having me escape myself. Something that's been coming up for me is that when I catch myself avoiding again, I'm like, no, I need to face it head on. I need to face it head on. I don't, but then like Michelle actually gave me a good way of doing it is like, no, you get to allow it to activate you more. Like I'm doing this because like it's like more of the layers. You will see certain patterns might come up. That's why you can't be like, don't try not to be hard on yourself, right? Because you might see something come up again, but it's in a different layer. Look at how far you've come. I know more of who I am than I did then because I felt like I needed those things. But really, I was running away from myself. And now I don't feel like I need to run away from myself anymore.
And it's evidence that life just gets better and better and better when you choose yourself, when you activate who you are. And from not listening to yourself to listening to yourself, and see how life starts to unfold. Your whole life changes when you do this. And it has.
Yes. Yes. It really has. It's so activating for me to feel. I was running away from feeling because I felt so much. And I was afraid of that. I was afraid of feeling. And now I remember listening at the gym when I felt my whole life shifted after that. I was listening to a podcast that was like, how do you feel your emotions? Isn't that insane to think? Like, I didn't know how to feel. I was like, how do I feel? Because I knew I needed to feel, because I knew that was how I connected to my intuition. And now it's like so different. Now I'm like feeling everything, but I wouldn't change it for the world. That's why, I was just talking to Michelle about this. I see the paradox of it all. Like yesterday, when I got into this new space, I I was experiencing feeling so alone and lonely, but so connected to it all and everything. And they were showing me the yin and yang symbol on, I was seeing the beauty within all of it, how one wasn't better than the other. It's the story that we give to it. It's about the story. It's all part of this beautiful journey because the contrast teaches us more of what we do want. If we didn't have the contrast, it wouldn't allow us to go more deeper
When it
into
activates that
ourselves.
gratitude, it activates the high frequency, the contrast does. Like that's why when we feel something that's so right, we just know, because we know what it's like not to have it. It gives us strong direction, clarity. The contrast brings clarity. And clarity is everything. Knowing what you want, because from clarity you can make a decision and you can move forward and you can become and move on with like confidence. And that means like I am worthy. I am worthy is confidence.
That's so beautiful. That's exactly what it is. I am worthy. No matter what was coming up for you. Like even those past versions of myself, I was still worthy then, right? So
Exactly.
it just
Loving every version of us.
It's all beautiful. That's all beautiful. Without her, I wouldn't be where I am today. Without her, I wouldn't have this wisdom that I have now. I've always had it, but now it's even more. And it's like, I have so much to thank her. And I wouldn't change anything. No matter where you are in your journey, there's so much to be grateful for. It's so empowering. Exactly where you are, right here and right now. And just keep believing in yourself. That's what it all comes down to. It's a love story, baby. Just say yes. That's what it's all about.
Thank you so much, Trini, for being here today. I want everyone to know, where can they find you and how can they work with you? And then if you could end maybe with a channeled message.
You can follow my Instagram and TikTok. It's Trinity the Reiki Fairy. I also have an email. You can email me, Trinity the Reiki Fairy at yahoo.com. in my Instagram and TikTok, I have the links in my bios. You guys can sign up for a reading, a healing activation, or both. And I just started doing coaching now, or you can feel free to DM me as well. Yeah, I think that's it. And then I will, I'm going to see what higher self wants to bring in. So they're showing me a crown right now. Come back into your truth. Your truth needs to be expressed, for you are a teacher. You are an activator. You are beautiful. You are worthy. Let go of the story and start each day with a blank page and allow your inner child to roam free on that page. What excites you? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? Allow, allow, allow. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Release, release, release. Let it go, let it go, let it go. It's time to be you authentically. Let go of what it looks like. Let go of what it should feel like. There is no shoulds. There just is. There just is. Right here and right now. Be here now. For you are worthy right here and right now. There is no separation. You are your higher self, and your higher self is you. You are it, and it is you. There is no separation. No separation. No separation. Come back into the love. Come back into your truth and be here now. Be here now. Be here now. Life is your canvas. What are you going to paint? Life is your canvas. What are you going to paint? Be free, be you. Be free, be you. Be free, be you. And we love you so much. Come back into that love. Allow that love to be a reminder of who you are. You are this love. There's nothing you need to do for this love. It is you, and you are it. We love you, we love you, we love you. So, so, so much. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Michelle, for having me here and just providing such an activating space. I just want you to know just how much you activate others' lives. You've activated my life. You've been such a powerful, amazing, beautiful soul sister in my life. Yeah, I'm just so grateful for you.
I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for coming on here and sharing your story and being vulnerable and igniting the light in each person that listens to this, because this is an activation of truth. And thank you for choosing you today. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Prosperity and Beyond. I am so grateful you're here. If you loved this conversation, be sure to subscribe, share it with someone who needs it, and leave a review right below in the comments. It means the world to me. And as always, I am Prosperity and Beyond and happy manifesting. Love you guys so much.